So this is a really shorty. Okay. I was gonna make another one, but I still need to put it all together. But this is my saga of having no sprayer here. When I bought the car, the sprayer did not work. Previous owner figured that maybe it was just the bottle was out, and that it had a hole in it, so it all leaked out. Now I noticed that the light for the fluid never was on, so it was either a bad sensor or, you know, it was full of fluid. So I did drop the whole bottle out, and it was full. I made sure the motor was working, and then I came to this little bottle thing, and there's another one that lives in there now. And so I said, well, maybe there's something wrong with this little floaty ball thing that's in there. So I took a screw with some Teflon tape just to check, blocked it off. That way, there's, you know, only one exit for all the fluid instead of some of it, you know, it being allowed to drain out up here, the vent. And then I figured, okay, well, let me bypass and disable these sprayers. And that still didn't help, so I still had an issue. So, you know, I've even tried a straight connection from the bottle up in there and then up. So my next thing was, okay, let me replace the sprayers themselves. So I popped the original sprayers off and I replaced them with some junkyard ones that I got from a V70. It was like a 99 V70. So this has the better spray pattern. And then the one kind of worked, and then the right one still didn't work at all. So this, I was not able to blow air through it. Like one of them was jammed. You can probably see it. It's got a little noodle in it or whatever. So they were both pretty bad. So I replaced those, still didn't work. So then I dropped the hood liner. And then I found this little T in here. And so when I was blowing through the T, I could barely get any air through here. I'm not sure if this is a check valve. It might be, to just prevent fluid from flowing back in. Now, I was just using them for about a minute. I don't see any BS going on here. So I'm gonna call that cool. So this is a 95. This is the T5R. And so we've got this beautiful spray pattern. And it's raining down like crazy. And one more thing is that 850 owners know that these wiper motors like to get stuck and then they go limp and then they flop down and they go all around, or they get stuck halfway up. So what I did was I just went ahead and I just unplugged the motors while they were in their resting position. And then on the T, because, you know, at the junkyard I grabbed another T. So this T that originally goes here, I've got up here. So that doesn't have any of those fancy check features. And this one, I blocked off the port that normally feeds into the two headlight wipers. So these are completely disabled. I could 3D print some caps, but I kind of like the way they look, so I'm going to keep them there for a bit. But there we go. That's the fix. So the wipers are done. I can finally check that off my list. I'm going to give that a quick clean. I might need to look up, you know, what's acceptable to use to clean the headliners. And you know what? Instead of making the other video, I'll make this all one take from the phone. Most of the interior's out, the bottom cushion's out in the back. I grabbed a headliner from a 96 in the junkyard. You can see I still need to clean all the foam off it. And look, it fit beautifully. So if you have a sedan, you can actually use your sedan to pick up the headliner as long as you fold the seats back. And then, what other amazing treasures do I come back with? I got a new panel there because mine had a slight crack in one of the screw holes, and then one of those light covers broke off. I picked up a positive battery cover. I found one good button, so I'm going to clean this up and replace my 3D printed one. A couple of the clamps for the cowl drains, or the plenum drains, or whatever that is. That's the brush for the parking brake, and then this is the plastic that goes down below the parking brake brush, which I think is broken on mine, but I'm going to have to double check. And I also picked up that little bottle that goes on the washer. I picked up, and this is actually amazing because, you know, this is, I've had several 850s, okay, and I have never seen one that has both of these cup holders intact. So you better believe I grabbed that, and that's going in. Because normally what you see on the 850s is, you know, this one's broken because this one's always used. Because, you know, why would you pull this out and use the second one if it's just you in the car? So I can probably just replace the arm, but I'm going to go ahead and just tug this thing out of there and replace that. This is probably going to go to the upholstery shop. I'm going to see what they can do for me there. You know what? I was wrong. That's not broken on my car. But now I can break it. I can break it, and then I'll have a spare. That thing's broken. Oh, well. I can probably just use some filler putty and then just Sharpie it black or whatever. Yeah, alright. So that's where we stand. That looks kind of... That looks gross, so I'm going to go ahead and just drop this entire thing out of here. It's no big deal. Alright, and that's where we stand. So next time I make a video, it'll probably be with this headliner up in its place. All the leaks look good. And then once the interior is in, I'm bringing the car back to the body shop. I just spoke with the owner. We're going to come up what we're going to do. This whole rear bumper may get resprayed, I think, but that remains to be seen. There are little things like this, you know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. The body shop that I deal with, they don't seem to speak in terms of little touch-up bottles. They do. This is going to be completely, you know, strip sanded and then repainted. It's going to match this again. This is Volvo yellow without the fade. The rest of the car is going to be polished to bring up the level of shine. The whole top of the car is faded, while the sides of the car are far more glossy and nice, even though that's the only panel that's brand new. And then the front lip. So there's a few chips. I'm going to ask again about a little touch-up bottle because, you know, down there I don't care. It doesn't need to look great so long as I can just, you know, touch it up. There's that little section there. And then the big thing that always shows up in pictures is just the front end of this hood, you know, because it's got 264,000 miles worth of rocks hitting it in the face. So, alright, that is it. I'm gonna go inside and get this uploaded and maybe have myself a snack. And this is also the last video where you're gonna see the 240, because this guy's got a new home, and his new owners are coming by to pick it up in about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Alright, that is it. Bye-bye.